right, guys, we're back. Welcome back to Conversations with the DeeVah. I'm still waiting for Karev to join in. Until then, we're rocking back in 19 Let's try it again. Okay. I'm lying, identifying, doing like he's 50. How about C300? Hello, white. This is going sometimes it messes up, baby. So I don't know. Nigga, get up with me, or nigga get left. I know some niggas with no shit. We good now?
I'm here.
We good?
I hope so. I don't know what happened.
I know it happens. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes they be hating. I get it, but it's okay. Now I want to know if I'm pronouncing your name right. It's Karev or
Yes.
Karev? Oh, Karev. Bro, like, bro, I feel like this is a joke. Like, how did he stop on the same part that last time? Is he playing? And I'm not starting this live over. I need somebody to comment that you hear me so I can know what is going on. I want to get this interview done. I'm not. Okay, y'all. So let me know if you hear me. But look at his face, though. Why? Why the camera looking like that? OMG. Okay, you hear me. Good. So are we waiting on him to get it together? Until then, we gonna play some music. So I want to talk to him. Period. I want to talk to him. Because he say, I think. Why say is he a music solution specialist? Well, we're gonna get to the solutions in the music business tonight. I want to know what you know to you solution in the music. And you specialize in it. And then he tried to he said I'm great. And he's right. I am. But don't do me, boy. Now join back in so I can talk. We've had this conversation. This is conversations with a dealer. He wanted to be on this platform, so let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, I want to hear that. Anybody got some music requests? Wait for him. Listen to him a request. He think he gonna get out of it. He think he gonna get out of it. You gonna get this interview. You gonna get this work. Now I'm on a time limit. It's another thing. But if it ain't. One thing about me, I'll pay my time, and I appreciate him for updating the time because he had a certain time schedule, and he updated his time for me. Because I got shit going on. I appreciate that for him. So that's why I'm going to take this full time out and wait, and I'm doing my due diligence so I can get this interview done. And if it ain't gonna get done right now, then we will reschedule because it's that deep. But I really got something else to do after this, so that's the only. But we gonna hide it out. Okay, so Venus is still making music, but at her own pace. She's just finished school. Okay, Venus, it's education. Yeah, it's never too late. So people need to take as much breaks as they need. I took I think I started podcasting a very long time, like it was 2010, or probably even 2008 or 9, right out of high school type stuff. Nobody understood what I was doing. People thought like, oh, this radio girl, blah, blah, blah. But I knew exactly what I was doing. I saved all my recordings, and since then I'm still doing interviews for a reason that I know, residual income. Okay, and this is what I would do, and it's like consulting. I do consulting work, so it falls right in. Go to my website, KaraDeeVah.com, and see some more of what I've done. And for those of you who don't see your interview being promoted at this time, there is a backlog. I'm trying to upload interviews to the DSC, well, the team, to upload them as soon, like as much as I can. Um, but I'm trying to do at least one or two a week. I just dropped Gemini Jinx interview. That's out. Lady Miz interview just dropped a couple days ago. Erica Banks dropped a couple of weeks ago. So I have lots of interviews in the cut that are actually out right now. And the ones that who are not out, you guys just be patient because I'm just saying it as a disclaimer. Just be patient because I got you to do. So he's here. Okay, so let's yeah. He, why he said he here and I'm sitting here talking and okay. Why he said he declined it, bro? I don't know. That's it again. So we please. Oh, look, it's the face. It's the picture that's blowing.
And you see me?
I can see you. Are you here?
The funny thing is, it says for legal reasons, this live can't go on my phone. It cuts off. It says for legal reasons.
I understand. It's okay. I no. On your phone, you got some shit going on. Let's fucking know what I got going on. Now y'all hear me, right? So for legal reasons, he can't. What legal reasons? You can't go live with me. I have never heard that before. But this is the excuse you going with. What you want to do, Zoom? But I want it to be Instagram live. So, but look at his face, y'all. I'm gonna wait because, again, a lot of times. Shout out to MJ. I love MJ. We've been working for a lot of years. She's been sending me great people, and he's one of those. So I'm gonna give him that lot of time. Period. You feel me? Because this is what we're here to do. Each one is make the team work. It's this space, bro. I'm so mad, and I'm not ending this live, y'all. I know a few seats are. Yes, let them know. I'm gonna be in Connecticut tomorrow, but I don't think I'm gonna have time because I'm supporting WAP. In Brazil. But we'll set something up, okay? So with this, Heritage Hip Hop, apparently Karev said for legal reasons he can't do this live. So I'm gonna leave it at that, Karev. I don't know. I don't know. You said Fugo Bass got signed to Bennett. Yeah, I heard. Okay, that's great. When I interviewed him and I knew it outside and on the street on the block, I knew he was gonna be great. Like I knew it. Just like I knew what's the guy that died that I just thought I just seen some greatness in him. Like interview. What's his name? Julio. When I interviewed Julio, he was, you could just tell that he was into the light. Um, I just see some greatness in him as well. Erica Banks too. I just saw star power early on when I interview people. So people may not know who certain people are, but they're meaningful, and you never know who they may be in the future. So yeah, he jumped out again for legal reasons. I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes because a solid 7:30. Because I like to handle business and I don't like for things to go undone and unfinished. So I don't like going live, but I go live for business purposes, business reasons. That's the only time people really gonna see me because I guess this is I got shit to do. Um, so I'm gonna hold out until he figures it out. I want to get this interview done because this is my bread and butter. But KaraDeeVah.com. Go up there right now. Go up there right now. And then if you click the link in my bio, that's a clips of some of the interviews that I've done. I'll try to get some more upload it sometime this week. But yeah, as the time goes on, you guys will I'll be able to get everything handled. You here? I know you here. I need you. What's up, gang? Made of Scars. Yeah, Made of Scars. Y'all follow him everywhere. Don't start with these facial expressions. Are you here for legal reasons?
I'm trying. Everything's slow. I don't know what's going on.
I
I
have
have no
never,
idea.
I have never heard of this.
Me neither. This is the first time this ever happened to me. Ever.
Coming on, you never know what's happening. But listen, it is what it is. We gonna get into it, okay? Wait, are you? I want to make sure you can hear me. I can hear you before I start.
I can hear you, but it's
It's,
robot.
it's a robot. It's robot.
Yeah, it's not moving fluid. It's like I'm talking, but I'm moving like
Like,
every 3 seconds. You look smooth. You look beautiful. Nice to see you again. I
thank
followed
you.
your show for years. I mean, I've always watched
Are
you.
you serious?
Yeah, I've followed you for years. Yeah,
I don't notice. Why didn't you tell me? Like you've been doing. I've been seeing the work you've been doing. I'm like, I've never heard of you, but because that's me. I'm so in my own world. But you followed me,
for
and what
years.
happened? What? You didn't say anything to me.
Yeah,
You mentioned you. So we talked. We did. Like, forgive me. I meet so many people. I don't remember everybody, and I'm down to earth. I'm cool as hell. Okay, but I just don't. What happened? Tell me what happened.
I don't know life.
No, but what did we say to each other? How did we meet? Like, tell me. I want to know. Did we? No.
We shared certain podcast guests through MJ.
Okay.
So I reached out to you before because I'm a fan of your work. I
Okay.
believe that we represent the new form of media, and being that our form of media is still fresh in the world, we don't
Right.
have a union, we don't have camaraderie like we should. People are still potting as individuals until we get a collective agreement upon each other, or like our own conventions and our own speaking,
Mm-hmm.
things going on. I just feel like everybody's a podcaster by self-appointed title, not even merit, and they just talk. So it happened.
There are a lot of podcasts that people just have meaningless conversations, and they do it because the world's doing it, or whatever. But I've never been a fan of that. But I do understand what you're saying as far as us having some type of healthy competition, like each one teach one. So you like, marketing plans, like so, we working together because media is a important aspect of hip hop, and it is not broadcasted the way it should. I think then we're not respected as we should,
No, podcasters aren't respected. No,
and
no.
that's because it's been watered down.
You said what?
Because it's watered down. I feel like everyone's doing music.
I don't think it's watered down. I really think that because you got a lot of has-been rappers who can't sell album
I'm
music
done.
anymore, and they get into the podcast lane because they're already popular, and podcasters are people trying to make their name. It's top heavy, so it's not that it's podcasting is like this. You got journalists who podcast, you got realists who podcast, you got hobbyists that podcast, and you got people who don't know what else to do with their lives that podcast. So it's
Mm,
hard to differentiate where you're in besides seeing who's working, who's talking, and then who's doing business.
okay, that's right. Business. Now, your last name is Ya.
Yes.
Explain that. Is that your like? What tribe you from?
Judah.
You from the tribe of Judah. That's what I'm talking about. So you taking it all the way back. You from
Yeah.
the tribe of Judah.
Yeah. That's
You
my
are.
name.
That is our tribe. So you went to what boat did you go to? Haiti first. Where did you go? Come from? What lineage? Like how? Explain this to us from the tribe of Judah. Explain what happened.
My family's American.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But there's no America in the Bible, so if anybody asks about 12 tribes of Israel and all that, I'll say Judah. But in the New Testament, it says we're supposed to be Bethbushites or something like that. Hethbushites. which
Yeah.
means beautiful unto God. So I'll
Well,
stick to there.
okay. No, I understand what you're saying. Now, back on this hip hop thing. Um, you was born and raised in Jersey. Okay, now that's for sure.
Shout out to Essex County,
Oh, is he from
the
North?
Oranges. No, that's where that's where I grew up, but I'm from the Oranges.
The Oranges. Oh, that's a different world out there. I tell you, I'm from Patterson.
Shout out
Patterson.
to Patterson, P Town.
We don't be at P Town, but we don't say that. We from this Pakistan or
Okay.
whatever it is. I don't know what they say
So
now.
you above Broad Street or below Broad Street?
What is Broad Street?
Downtown area, where the Israelites be at. Where,
Israelite downtown. I never saw that. You
yeah,
talking about Islam? You talking about the people from? Okay, there. I'm not telling you where I'm from. Okay, I'm everywhere. Okay,
that's what's
but
up.
I know what's going on. I'm from the streets.
Nah,
Now, speaking of streets, now your brother and sister put you on hip hop. Now, explain that and how that came about.
my brother did. My brother was an aspiring artist, and he had a bunch of cliques he was in. And I'm from the era where MTV was new, so you know through MTV, and I found the person who made hip hop real for me. Shout out to Ralph McDaniels.
Mm-hmm.
I learned with hip hop. I started to learn hip hop, but my brother was actually participating in it. So I learned a lot from him.
He was participating in the art or in the streets. So like,
Well, the streets was the art back then because it wasn't
mm-hmm.
on TV like that. So my brother was rapping. He had his wild, crazy ass friends that rapped and who was in the street. Shout out to my brother's friend who stole a bus. They stole a bus to go to Great Adventure. Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, he had his crazy stories. He used to be
A
car racing
dollar
down
bus?
there,
What? A
huh?
real bus?
Yeah, like the real bus, like a 31 New Jersey Transit bus. Yeah, he stole a bus and went to Great Adventure. Like, he had a friend that did that. And, my brother was street racing down on, I forgot the name of the street. Damn, Freelaheisen or something like that. I forgot. It wasn't Freelaheisen. This was below. It was below that. By Ferry Street and all that. Used to drag race by the movie theater back there that was up.
Mhm.
Shout out to the old school New Jersey where it was Lil Ralph, Lil Wilder.
Mhm.
My brother was he was no street dude, but he was in the culture heavy. Like he was out there.
Okay. No, and that's understandable. Now, when you went to Everett Institute in South Plainfield,
Shout
how
out
was
to
that
him.
experience? How was that experience?
I was I was actually one like I was the I ran the student government. So
Mm,
I wasn't a student. I was faculty.
mm,
So I was out there with my job was to build with the students and build towards their interests. But it was
mm.
like a trade school, like Lincoln Tech or something like that.
Yeah.
So what I did was help put people's interests in front of the student body, in front of the faculty. And one thing I did that I like, we had open mics.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Frank Castle, Out the Mud, Ill City Entertainment. He was one of my students.
Mm,
And, he got to perform. He got to take the mic and do freestyles and stuff. He knew me for that. Like, people know me for loving music. And if you can sing, sing to your heart's desire. If you can rhyme, rhyme with a purpose. If you want to do reggae, bring the rhythms. Like, do what you got to do to be yourself because music is the ultimate expression of freedom. Because it isn't until you lift your voice to be heard that your soul and spirit can be recognized. And I wanted to bring that to those people.
okay. I know that's right. Now, I like that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna save that one. Now, if one of your family members is in the Zulu Nation, let's talk about that experience and how that has
Maybe my
shaped
brother.
you.
Maybe my brother. I don't. I have a cousin. Shout out to
Mm,
Jim Crush. He's a part of the Zulu Nation,
mm-hmm.
but I have nothing to say about that. There's no story to that. No.
Oh, okay. No, that's just that's iconic. Now you spoke on Ralph McDaniels. Um, if you had to pick between him and Doggy Diamonds, whom would you say I'll choose him over him?
Ralph McDaniels, because he taught both of us.
Mm,
Even Doggy Diamonds has to bow his head to Ralph because Ralph was the one that did it. Ralph. Ralph is the one. He's the god of hip hop for me. Because while everybody talks about who's the hottest rapper or who looks the best, shout out to Kiva Diva. Make sure y'all still support the KivaDiva.com. Or somebody that says who has the greatest beat. If our history is not documented, none of that shit matters. So the person who did the documentation, who took me to Compton, who took me to Texas, who took me to the parties, who took me in the tunnel, who took me into Caroline's and all that, that person is the most important person to me because it was real. And if hip hop really is a culture, because most people call hip hop a culture, and they don't even know what the fuck a culture is, they just be talking. He's the person who I would say is the key to me understanding hip hop culture because I got to see the style of dress, the way people talk. I got to see the party, be in the party, be on stage, see the video, and more importantly, I got to feel the stories of the people who represented me to the mainstream media.
That was deep. Sway in the morning or Combat Jack?
Sway, because when Sway does an interview, he dissects the lyrics and gives the person a chance to speak. Combat Jack was more psychological. And my favorite interview he did was the one with Scarface. When Scarface had a beef with I think it was Troy, want to be a baller, and he said Scarface was a snitch, and Scarface went into himself as not being that, and the emotion in that interview was wrong. I guess I'm not the typical conversation. I guess I don't know.
No, it's not that. I want to get on this Heritage Hip Hop Awards. You have something coming up next
August
month?
29th, 8 p.m., live on Heritage Hip Hop YouTube. This is my 10th award show. So this year, we're going to be crowning, once again, like any other year, Artist of the Year, Solo Project of the Year, and Group Collaboration Project of the Year. Those are the 3 awards that people can submit for. They only have 2 more days, today and tomorrow. It comes with $25 donation, but if you are somebody with a project, or you want to sponsor somebody for Artist of the Year, you go to my bio, click the link tree, go to the JOT form, and submit, and make sure you send that Cash App, or don't send it at all.
I
I'm
know
really
that's right.
speaking, but those are 3 awards that's for the people to vote on. I have 2 other awards: the One Mic Award and the Govmatic Award. The One Mic Award is celebrating someone who stands on what they say and lives it. So I celebrate that because if the words, the rapping, the bars, the lyrics is supposed to be what makes somebody great, then why aren't our bars, lyrics, and words great when it comes to our lifestyle and how we represent the community, the culture, and our country? So I do that with the One Mic Award, and with the Govmatic Award. It's named after Govmatic, who passed away. I had the chance to get to know Govmatic. For those who don't know Govmatic, if you know Redman, he had on the Doc's the name. Yeah, when he said Gov is sick on that Jack the news truck, that's Govmatic. The one who was talking, the Governor Matic. He was Diesel Down the governor. But anyway, I made that award in memory of him to salute people who take hip hop culture outside of music and live the principles of peace, love, unity, having fun, and things like that, but representing the people in a large capacity. Like last year, the winner was Hip Hop for Hunger, which is a nonprofit company that has hip hop artists and stuff raise money to fight hunger in the community. I use that award for them, for that, basically. And then we have honors. We have an honor for the women, because women are always forgotten in hip hop for some reason, and I don't understand why. And women have only been marketable since the 2000s and profitable for some reason. I don't know why. So for the women that lift the bar of hip hop excellence, I have the Barbells Honors Awards. For the producers and the producers and engineers, we have the Soundwave Award honor. And for the new people who may be new to me but not new to everybody else, who I feel deserves that shine, we got the Fresh Faces honors, so we can give people respect who is doing this thing seriously, who people may or may not know. Am I froze? Yo, this crazy.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Why you look? Why you looking like that?
Cause it was like a pause right there. That was
Yeah, it
crazy.
was. It was a little pause. It was. You froze a little bit. I got a little bit of what you were saying in the back about the awards,
Well, shout out to the
but
rain. It's a storm outside, so maybe that's what's
right.
going on.
Okay, now let's talk about this truth behind bars and truth behind beats. What
Yes.
inspired you to make that?
Truth behind bars it's something I did that everybody does now. Who's calling and all this other stuff is basically to highlight people for their talent who sing or who rap a cappella, so people can hear the depth of their lyrics and understand there's genius behind our words. Truth behind beats was highlighting producers like Rhythm Roulette, where I got some samples here. What can you make with this? And we should give like producers some highlights. I was doing that. I kind of stopped doing that as much
Why?
because I've met a lot of hobbyists in my journey and not a lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the artists out here, or these so-called artists, their egos fuck them up with me. And my thing is,
Okay.
even Dr. Dre says, leave your ego. No, your ego is your worst enemy. And I will tell you this: when people critique you, but they can't even travel state to state to do a show, I ain't beat.
Mm. I understand that point. Um, I want to get into some names of artists that you may or may not know. Now, Abyss. Where is Abyss from?
Plainfield.
Plainfield. Okay.
He from
Okay.
Plainfield. Yeah.
Okay. Is that
She's
one of your favorite?
amazing.
Okay. Oh, she's amazing.
She's
Is she
amazing.
is she better than
Singing.
Lady London to you?
Lady who?
Lady London.
Two different artists. I can't say who's better because
Wow.
Lady London is a smooth rapper who is whose womanhood is still rising. Abyss is a grown woman whose art
Okay.
highlights her experience and where she's going. So it's two different artists, two different experiences.
Lisa F.
Love Nisa F. She's one somebody who is making her own lane. I don't know where she is now with it, but for especially a woman who, like I said, in an industry where women are side pieces, I
Mm,
give her credit for making her own lane, having her own label, putting herself and her mom on,
mm.
and has done incredible things. I wish for her to continue even more to excel wherever her dreams take her.
Okay. We'll switch it up. Sugar Hill Gang, Lord of the Undergrounds.
Who do I like more?
Yeah.
I say the Lords because that's my era, and my dad, one of my dad's favorite rappers was Do It All.
Do it all.
Yeah, shout out to the Councilman Dupre Kelly.
What made you want to create this heritage hip hop brand?
So when I worked at Everest, the school was going belly up, and we was gonna lose our job. Shout out to my man Stan Lathans. Stan was talking about us starting our own business. Long story short, I wanted to make a hip hop mall where artists could find each other. Artists could find artists, producers could find artists, et cetera, et cetera. But as it went on, I started noticing whenever people talk about Jersey, they talk about the same people from the 90s and nobody else.
That's a
And
fact.
it's been years, and great artists have come out that either the industry did or did not take. And I feel New Jersey has a very interesting story about itself and needed to be heard. So it evolved from that to finding people and celebrating people who the industry does not know or does not talk about. People like Govmatic, people like Big Snuff, people like who have passed away, um um Mike C, people like Sha Skills. These are people who are legends when it comes to New Jersey hip hop, known or
Mhm.
unknown. And for some reason, either they did not get on or their stories are not being told. And I believe everybody has a right to tell their story. The greatest story ever told is the one you live. See, we use the Bible and the Quran and all that. Those are our guidelines to the spiritual life. But when they ask about what happened when this happened to you, you can't quote David. You got to quote your experience. So I believe that everybody has a right to tell their story. And I give them, and that's how the platform grew from New Jersey to around the world, as I've done international artists and etc. I like to show the world that our people and our culture is well learned and not as ignorant as some folks tend to think.
What keeps you going? Because I know sometimes it can get draining, and you not may not always have a good day or a good
Yeah.
month.
What keeps
So.
me what keeps me going is there's three things that keep me going. One, mental health and sanity.
Mhm.
Two, I love my people and what we do. And three, the dream to have a legacy that lives on, that's positive, that helps somebody else.
Mm. What's the biggest lesson doing this has taught you, basically?
Never doubt yourself. Because
Mm.
people will teach you their fear and teach you their non-committed identity rather than you establishing yours and being fearless.
What are some like behind the scenes challenges that you face doing
Money.
this?
Money,
Ooh.
money, 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 money. Money. Because people don't take you serious unless you have a certain amount of equipment. If you
Mhm.
don't have a certain look to yourself, unfortunately, to some people in hip hop, you have to look like the flashiest slave being controlled, and
Mm.
that's not me. You know what I'm saying? Money is the biggest issue because we live in a capitalist society. So, like, for all those of y'all who don't know, that's why I talked about podcasting, hobbyists, and people really do this. Listen, computers cost money. Damn, cameras cost money. Software costs money. If you don't have what it takes to invest in yourself, besides podcasting, nothing in your life will work because until you believe in yourself to do something and see how you could push your own levels to see it, you're not going to understand how great you can be or what talent you have. You're not going to understand how great it is. You know, not even to be long-winded with it. If it wasn't for the money, if I had the money, just like you, if you had the money, you'd be like, this kid DeeVah live from Jamaica right now. You know what I'm saying? Or I would love to travel. My dream is to do a documentary documenting hip hop in all 50 states and all countries that celebrate hip hop. I want to go to Taiwan, Japan, China, Amsterdam, Germany. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to all those places, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Brazil. And I want to document how they love something that started from a people who were disenfranchised through the discovery of the new world. Because hip hop goes beyond the 1973 date that people agreed upon. Hip hop is something that's been around since God said, "Be fruitful, multiply, resubdue the earth, and take it under your power."
It's funny you said money, but you also profess God over money.
That's a fact.
So, so don't you think God will provide all things?
Of course, but even Christ said, "Make friends with money."
Okay.
Even in the Proverbs, it says, "Money is a friend and a defense."
Mm.
So yes, even though God, God provides. What is He providing for you to make it happen? You still need money. There's two things in this world that you invest: money and time. Time you can't get back, but money you can replace.
Mm.
So whatever you do, go hard with it. Don't lose all your money just betting on one thing. But remember, you need money for everything. Fat Joe said it. Money is the key to money is the key to success. Money is the key to sex. Like it's everything. You need money to do everything.
How important is this new hip hop generation? Because they are the future. So, how do
They're
you?
very important. They're very important because they're pushing the boundaries on what hip hop is going to look like as far as technology. We are in the age of the entrepreneur. We are in the age of the tech wizard. We're also in the age of the knowledge game. The most
Mhm.
smartest thing a person could do is use their phone to research, not to talk text, not to be on social media all day. Knowledge is at your hands. We're in the age of Star Trek and Marvel Comics and DC Comics. Your computer, your box, your phone, it's now your AI. It's now your multi-dimensional knowledge piece. So now these new artists, not rappers, not hobbyists, these new artists are going to take technology into the community, and people will then learn how important it is to live and how detrimental it is what you put on camera. Because as we see, the police are using cameras to destroy people. We had the Truman Show lived out in front of us through Kick. You see Adrian Bronner and Dean the Great. You see that. You see reality TV. And now that everyone's being seen at all times, now we're going to see how people can harvest it to their benefit, not for just entertainment. Wow.
Speaking of benefit, um, Nas, it was written, or Jay Z, Reasonable Doubt.
It was written.
Okay, so you a Nas fan? That's clear.
I guess. Yeah.
Who was the most underrated rapper to you?
Who is the most underrated rapper?
The most.
Everybody from New Jersey, because you don't know who they are. So come to Heritage Hip Hop and Heritage Hip Hop Podcast to find out who's your future favorite artist today and celebrate hip hop culture with me worldwide, starting from New Jersey to around the world.
I know that's right. Speaking of New Jersey artists, name some artists from Patterson.
Hmm. Josh Fetty Wap, I don't have a lot of artists from Patterson. I do know because a lot of the ones I interview don't even rap anymore.
Mm.
So
Okay,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
give you
any
something to
names.
interview.
Yeah.
Brazio, Brazyo. That's a
Okay.
great artist.
Okay. Let's do it.
That was Hard Luck. You know Hard Luck. I'm sure you've heard of
Oh,
Hard.
Dipset. Yeah, he be with Dipset. No, he from
Yeah,
Patterson?
yes, he's from Patterson.
Oh, I know that. Shout out to Hard Luck because he nice.
Yeah,
He's nice.
yeah, he got some
Yeah.
bars. So Skama,
Okay. Heard
those,
that name.
he's a part of Zoo Gang, Fetty Wap's camp.
Okay.
It's a lot of people out here. Now we know who you like. You like Shy Skills, She Real. Where
Yeah.
Chops? Where's Chops from?
Newark, New Jersey.
Okay,
Southwark.
South. Well, oh, he's from the streets because the South Side. I heard the South Side is a tough side. The North, no.
And every hood. For some reason, the South always is the home of the real.
Is that where Avon is at? Where's Avon on the South Side?
Yeah, Avon. Yeah, I guess that would consider Southwark. Yeah.
I always heard of that. That was a tough area. I don't
Shout
know.
out to Avon Avenue, a vicious organization of niggas.
For real? That's what
Avon.
it is? I never
That's what
knew.
it was called back when I was in college. We used to go down there and chill. Avon Avenue. Yeah. Shout out to Avon.
You was a 5% at one point. You probably was a
No.
5%.
Well, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
not
knew it.
really
You look like
official,
the
but
type.
yeah.
What happened? You
Yeah.
learned that okay. It was like how did you elevate from what are you uh what's it what are you? I know you're like a Judah. I mean I know you are not Islam. What is it called? You're Hebrew Israelite. Is that what you are?
Nope.
So what are you then? Because if you're not, you don't practice that. What do you practice, and how do you know these things? Because only most of the Hebrew Israelites know the tribe of Judah and that lineage from back there. So how did you study?
I guess people don't read.
Mhm. No, I
That's all.
understand that's so you read. Okay.
No, yes, I read. I'm an avid learner. Yes.
Who's Dizzle Don the governor? Who's that?
Diesel Don is the Master P of New Jersey.
No.
Diesel Don is the person who was trying to put a lot together to put a lot of folks out, and just the way the story goes, it just went haywire. And I would like for him to tell his story when he's ready. Heritage Hip Hop, the mics are open. Don, the Ism man, you got it. Just come on down. But Diesel Don had Redman at one time.
Okay.
Diesel Don and the Governor. You know, they had a label that was supposed to drop. I think it was on New Tribe, Version New Tribe. supposed to be on Virgin
Mm-hmm.
Records, and Diesel Don. He was a person who worked with almost every crew in New Jersey at one time when it came to hip hop. Don is he's a name more people should know.
What is the advice that Tretch gave you?
Always make it a movie. When you
Mm-hmm.
do something, put your best into it and make it cinematic.
Okay. Mhm. Now, Rakim,
God MC.
so he's top notch for you, not Public Enemy, not Red.
Who's my favorite rapper of all time?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite rappers are Redman, Nas, right?
Redman. Okay.
Redman and Nas. But and then I'm gonna give a. You're gonna be the first person to ever hear this, but I'm gonna tell you the reason why it's like that.
Okay.
If he survived, Biggie would have been my favorite rapper
Big.
because
Okay.
Biggie was the first artist I reflected with.
Mm,
When I was younger, people said I look like Ice Cube. I don't think I look like Ice Cube, but
no.
Ice Cube was one of my favorite rappers when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
As I was maturing and learning hip hop more on my own, without my brother's influence, Biggie was my guy. And because of how he was taken away, that still kind of hurts when I think about hip hop. Redman's from the land, and I've always was a Redman fan. I love Redman just as much as I love Big and Nas as well. Those were my three favorites at one time. Like they were my top three. So Biggie for me is above hip hop. He's music. And for those who are still around on today that people can relate to, Redman and Nas is my top right there.
What is the reason? How can I say this without what what is a what is a misconception that people have of you?
I mean,
Hmm. And I can understand. Okay, you're mean. I,
hmm
I I don't see mean. I
good.
see misunderstood. But why? Why do you feel like people think you're mean? Because you're stern or you're direct? Explain.
Because I tell you what I think, and sometimes that filter does not sit there.
Are you a Sagittarius?
No,
What are you?
Leo.
Okay, that's just, okay. That's worse. Okay,
That's worse.
that's worse. Okay, yeah. Okay. So, what are you passionate about outside of hip hop?
God,
Okay, so you are spiritual.
yes.
You don't practice religion, though.
No.
So, how do you connect with Source? How do you become one? Do you meditate? Do you?
Pray.
How do
You
you
pray.
meditate? Oh, you pray.
You pray. You pray and reflect. What is just meditation? So it's all the same. All that stuff is the same. It just depends on what avenue you go to do it. I'm a believer in Christ. So that's my thing. And I go from there.
I'm a believer as well. Okay, so I understand that. So everything is just God. You have children?
I'm a stepdad. 4 children. I have a grandson.
Okay,
Shout out to my family.
you somebody grandfather. Okay, you don't
Yep.
look like you somebody.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you very much.
good. That's good. Okay. All right. Who would be like your dream interview? Like, who do you want to interview?
Dead or alive.
Hmm. Alive.
The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Wow. And his wife just passed away. I wonder how tough
Yeah.
that was.
Blessings to the Queen Khadijah. And may the
Mhm.
Most High bless your spirit eternally.
So you follow his teaching. He's a wise man. Oh, so that shouldn't be hard. Go to one of his meetings. You'll be able to.
It's not that easy.
Oh, it's not no more. Okay. I didn't know. I haven't
Especially now
been.
he's in his 90s and stuff. So you gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Oh,
a older man. So they're more protective of him. You know, it's hard. There's a lot of people I would like to interview because my interviews are not basic. And the people who
Mm-hmm.
watch me, this podcast where people ask you three questions and they talk about nothing but who got a fat butt or what's the hottest song or they ask you some current events. I like to know who
Mm-hmm.
you are because if you can't connect to your audience, no one's going to give a damn about you. So I like to go deep. I like to really understand who you are and get that connectivity to the audience. And I would love to really connect with certain people in this life that I think
Mm-hmm.
interviewing them, me getting their story or getting lessons from them would be, I don't know, it would just it would put a cap on certain questions about myself when talking to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so besides this award show, what's next for Heritage Hip Hop?
Well, I'm transitioning into the digital age more because
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these artists say I don't need a label, but they don't do the things that a label does to keep them visible. And so I'm right now I'm taking classes to be certified in SEO, GEO, and AEO. For those of y'all who don't know, SEO is
Mm-hmm.
search engine optimization. GEO is generative engine optimization, and AEO is answer engine optimization. What it means in the world today, people are not looking for you by your name because they don't know who the hell you are. So
Mm-hmm.
what they do, they will search AI, they will search the internet for a certain type of music to listen to. You want to make sure as an artist, your name pops up in these search engines. So now I'm putting myself in position to help artists where they are going to be found through clickable links, answer engines, and AI engines. So I'm setting up people's YouTube channels and pages like labels,
Mm-hmm.
setting up people's music videos so they can be picked up and described all over the world. I still do marketing, promo, research, and things like that for artists, but that's something that I'm willing to. I'm engaged in this, and I want to. Even though I do interviews, I wanted to get back into my think pieces. I did a show called the Mike Council a long time ago for the old Mike Council. I have a new one now, but for the
Mm-hmm.
old one, I did a show based on Kendrick Lamar's "To Pimp a Butterfly" and Ice Cube's "Death Certificate" and talked about how those albums are the same album with the same message at two different times of why they're relevant in hip hop history. Stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, and that intrigues me. I like stuff like that. I want to do more mind pieces because even though I don't have thousands, I'm not 100,000 subscribers and all that into YouTube yet. I'm not there, and the reason I think I'm not there is because I don't do hot topics and fluff pieces. I like to really go into the mind, and I really believe no matter how supposed ignorant my people are supposedly are, I don't believe that shit, and I still cater to our I still cater to our minds and our intelligences.
Mm. What message do you want to leave for the next generation of creators?
The most important God gave you is life, and the most important thing you can give God is life. So be your best at everything you do. And even if you make a mistake and you fall, get up and find him because when you reach out for him, he reaches back and takes you somewhere where you can never, in your wildest imagination, know what's there. His commandment was be fruitful, multiply, resubdue the earth, and take it under your dominion, which means God ain't gonna come down here and do it for you. You got to do it for yourself. And when you do it to the best of your ability, not only do you leave a legacy for others, you raise the bar for those to stand on your shoulders and take us back to the kingdom of what He gave us in the beginning.
Amen. All right. Well, that's it right there. You preaching, okay? Hmm. Thank you for your time for talking to me.
Hey,
And
I appreciate meeting you finally. I've
finally,
been
no,
on for
we
for
are
a while.
going to get more in depth. It's just so sad that um we have to schedule another meeting.
Whenever
We
you're
have
ready.
to, no, I gotta look at my calendar, but
See,
it's
whenever you're ready.
yes, but I want you to meet a few. Where are you located? So you're in North, or are
East
we going to
Orange.
do a? We're going to do a verbal. We're going to do like a this type of thing again. Um,
Hopefully not on Instagram. I don't like
yeah, I
Instagram.
don't like Instagram neither. Either. I'm having bad situations up
Do
here.
you use another platform?
I have. I'm all over. Yeah,
No, like what's your main go-to that you are comfortable with the interface and everything?
I have a. I have a. a couple guys that have studios who I go to.
Oh, you talking
What do you
about
mean, like
physical, in
what
person?
do you, in person? And then
Okay,
I have YouTube. I don't know, like I don't know what else. Like I have and it goes on the platform. I don't know. That's the
okay,
people that do it for me. But I like Instagram because I like Instagram because I was doing it back then. During
okay.
COVID, it was convenient for me. I was
Oh,
doing Zoom. I was doing TikTok and all, YouTube and stuff. But I like Instagram because you just get to see things live.
yeah,
It's
ain't nothing wrong with
quicker.
that. That's cool.
But yeah, we're gonna talk again. But I want you to meet a couple artists as well.
No
Um,
problem. I'm ready.
I know
They
you
gotta be
are.
ready. They gotta be ready for me.
I know, and that's what I'm starting is I'm looking. I'm like, can they handle you? But yeah, yeah, they can handle you.
Good.
But and I want you to keep this thoroughness. That's working. I don't know who if people might not like it, but it works for you.
Thank
Um,
you.
because everybody is not direct. Be some fake motherfuckers out here. So
You ain't lying. You ain't
so
lying.
um, and there's a lot of hate in New Jersey, and I
No,
like
yeah.
what you're doing as far as bridging that gap from because people dick around New York. That is true. They try to you know. I used to be. I ain't gonna lie. Most of my work is from in New York, but I interview all over. But I like New York as well. But it's so hard for Jersey people to come together. It's tough. So I just venture out. But I like what you're doing as far as bringing that Jersey core because we have some talented people in Jersey from Lauren Hill to Whitney Houston. It's just too many, and I'm tired of them old names. You're right. We need some new faces. The Al Bials, the Brazios, the people that you fuck with, and us as media, we have to do our job as to bring light to those things. So yeah, don't stop. Keep going. I'm gonna
Thank you.
I'm gonna DM you after this, okay?
No
Okay, but
problem.
I'm so sorry. I gotta go. And don't look at my butt either.
No, 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 no.